Hey guys, you're gonna need a belt. Okay, so make sure you've got something you can use. We're gonna wait a few seconds to let anybody else get on that wants to join in. We already got a little sweaty doing the basics class, so we're going to be working out a little bit. All right, make sure you got some space. Make sure you've got a belt. Make sure you're not going to slip on the floor. Okay, and you might want to grab some water or something handy. We'll take a break in the middle, give you guys a chance to rest. What we're basically going to do is we're going to stretch and warm up, and then we're going to go over a few defensive techniques and mix in some footwork drills with our belt or some movement drills with the belt. And then we're going to do our second half. We're going to go over some offensive techniques and again, mix in some belt stuff. Okay, so we're going to wait just about 10 more seconds or so, see if anybody wants to come in. If you've got your belt, make sure you're not wearing it right now, okay? And go ahead and fold it in half, all right? Or if you've got a shorter belt, you can just keep it open, it's fine. So what we're gonna start off with is we're gonna hold our belt in front of us, okay? And we're gonna go over our head and back and try to keep our arms straight, okay? The further apart your hands are, the easier this drill is. If you put your hands in closer, it's a little more difficult. The goal is to keep our arms as straight as we can. My shoulders don't always cooperate, so I have to go pretty wide for this one. But if you can go closer, you go closer. All right, now let's try this one. Look, I've got my belt behind me, and I have my hands facing the front, okay? We're gonna do that same exercise, but this time the belt starts behind us and comes over to the front. And so when I flip over, my hands are turned this way with my thumbs down, okay? And it comes back. So it's the same motion, I'm just rotating my wrists and my elbows the other way. Okay, if you need to spread your hands apart a little more, you can. If you can go closer, that's fine too, right? Like I said, my shoulders don't always do what I ask them to do, so I have to take my time on this one. I gotta be careful. All right, now let's go back to that normal grip. Hold it in front of us, okay? And we're gonna pull the belt tight. We're gonna lift our arms up over our head, okay? And we're gonna reach our right hand towards our right foot, but keep the belt tight and vertical, okay? We don't wanna turn and let our belt face the floor. We wanna keep it up and down. And stand back up. And go to the other side. And back up. We're gonna go to the right one more time. Go to the right. Saw a couple more of you guys came in, so make sure you got your belt, guys. Make sure you got enough space. And we're gonna go to the other side one more time. All right, now we're gonna do one more with the belt stretched in that position. We're gonna start over our head, and we're gonna try to lay our belt down flat on the floor. Okay, so stretch down and try to let your belt touch the floor. Don't sag it in the middle and kid yourself, right? If you can't quite reach, that's okay. Can't quite reach. And stand up a bit back up. Okay, you put your feet a little closer together if you like. All right, now take your belt here and step through it. Okay, so kind of like that same position we were in before, but instead of around my waist, I'm going to be down lower, and I'm going to use this to help pull my chest towards my knees. Don't curl up and try to pull your head down. Okay, pull your whole body forward and down. Okay, so you can take this lower. You can even grab and cross and pull in front, whatever you get the best grip with. Hold it for about 5 or 7 seconds, and then you can stand up. and try to go a little deeper the next time. We're just trying to stretch out the back of our legs, stretch out our hands. Okay, now let's put them together. So we are gonna start belt in front, reach up high, stretch down, put it on the floor, step through, pull, stretch a little bit, stand up, roll your wrists, flip it over. Okay, so there's 3 of them all together in one nice little combination for you. So go ahead, start off with your belt pulled tight, up over your head, stretch down towards the floor, hold it for a second, step through, pull against the back of your ankles or your calf, and then start to stand up, and then you just roll your wrists a little bit to make sure that you can get your hands over without twisting into any weird awkward position, okay? Take your time, work through that little flow. Alrighty, so here is what we're gonna do. Forgot, we got one more. Let's try to jump, okay? Be careful, don't hurt yourself. Try to jump through, see if you can land on the other side, okay? Don't get your foot stuck in the middle. I did that earlier, I had too much of a gap, and I jumped and my foot went in between. So make sure you hold your belt tight. And if you're feeling brave, you can try to reverse your jump, okay? It's easier again if you're spread out. If you bring your hands in really close, it's going to be a tighter jump for you, okay? So just try it. I'm going to set up my timer while y'all do this one a couple more times. Okay, so here's what we got going on. I'm going to set this timer for a minute. We're going to roll our belt out flat here, sideways across the floor, okay? Now, what we're going to do for this first minute is we are going to work on a little bit of footwork and a moving forward, kind of a probing jab, we might call, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be in my stance. I'm behind the belt. I'm going to step over with my front foot, and then my back foot stays in my stance, but it doesn't cross, okay? And then I come back. All right, so my front foot crosses, my back foot basically just comes up to the edge, okay? Because if I take one step right, I have to take one step left to stay in that same stance, and then I reverse. And what we're gonna do is while we come forward, we're just gonna throw a quick punch, okay, and then back off. And then back off, okay? We're gonna work 30 seconds on each side. If you want to move, you can, that's okay, but we're gonna stay in the same stance, all right, for 30 seconds. Here we go, everybody ready? And go. So in your stance, boom, step forward, step back. Step back. If you want to add a cross, you can. If you want to throw another strike, you can. Remember we talked about if you're already light and moving, it's easier to move. If you're standing real still, you're going to be slower. You're going to be stiff. So relax. Move in. Try to jab and step together. Let your hand and your foot race. See if you can get there first. Switch to the other stance. All right, other foot leads. Same drill, we're just kind of getting used to moving our fighting stance because we're going to be doing a few little defensive footwork kind of things as we move on here, okay? 15 more seconds here. All right, time. Now, what we're about to do is review our blocks. We're going to review our basic blocks with counter strikes, okay? So the first round is going to be forearm block and high block. All right, so what you're going to do for 45 seconds, you're just going to work forearm block, counter punch, high block, counter punches, palm heels, knees, elbows, any strike you like. That makes sense. Okay, so like if I do a forearm block here, I'm not going to do a spinning hammer blow on the same hand, right? You have to pick something that makes sense that flows basically with what you're doing. Okay, so we're gonna spend 45 seconds doing blocks, and then we're gonna switch to an exercise with the belt. And then 45 seconds doing blocks, switch with an exercise to the belt. Okay, so first round is forearm blocks and high blocks. I almost said fourth round, forearm blocks. Okay, here we go. Maybe. All right, go. So forearm blocks and counter, high block and counter. Okay, just those two blocks. And if you notice, your arm is basically in the same position. It's just either vertical or horizontal. That's why we put these together. Oh, because it's the same move. My arm is just in a different spot, but my shoulder is still in the same. So just light, block and counter. You can even do 2 in a row if you want to do it. That'd be cool. All right, great. So now, first one we're going to do is a scissor step. All right. So what's going to happen is I'm going to stay facing the front with my hips and just switch my feet all the way down to that end and then all the way back. We're not doing a fighting stance here. Okay, I'm going to stay square to the front and stay up tall. Don't lean back. Don't lean forward. All right, go ahead. When you get to one side, you just reverse, come back the other. Step on your belt, that's okay. Just fix it, keep on going. All right, we want to stay as close as we can to the belt. I don't want to take these big giant steps. I want to stay light on my feet and stay close to the line. So that means sometimes you're going to accidentally tap it with your toe or drag your heel on it, and that's okay. Look, I got mine all rolled up there. All right, great. So next round, back to defense, back to blocks. We're going to do sweeps and uppercut blocks. And again, sweep block and uppercut block. My arm is basically in the same position. It's just in a different spot. Okay? So sweep and counter, uppercut block and counter. Go ahead. If you do that uppercut block, I twist the block. I can untwist basically a counter at the same time, right? Twist in, twist out. Use that motion to help generate some power from your hips. You can work on an outside sweep if you know how to do that. That's okay too. Make sure you're working both stances. All righty, next one. A moving push-up. Hands stay on the belt. Okay? My belt is all twisted up, isn't it? Okay? So I do a push-up, then I walk over, do a push-up, walk over. If you want, you can try to drop and move at the same time. Okay? It might be a little more advanced version. Just gonna scoot over so I don't get in Mr. Tyler's face over here. When you get to the end, just reverse. Start working back the other way. Ten more seconds, even less than that. You're almost finished here. All right, time, back on our feet. We're gonna go to a universal block. All right, so from here, cover the front of your body. All right, if you wanna bump low, that's okay. All right, but remember you're not blocking with this front part of your shin. Universal block and counter, go ahead. In, meaning my knee comes in front of my body, or out, meaning I bump away, but I'm not trying to block square to the front, okay? Remember not to leave your head out, right? Cover that head. Counter with kicks, knees, elbows, whatever you like right now, doesn't matter. Right? If you know how to bump to the outside, strike to the center, that could work for you. All right, this time, 1, 2, 1, 2. So, step in front of your belt and back. Front, back, front, back. Don't cross your feet. So if you're going to your right, right leads. If you're going to your left foot leads. Go ahead. Again, light on your feet, stay close to your belt. Not trying to jump real far up or far away from your belt. My footwork confused there for a second. That's okay though, right? Just reset it, keep going. All right, now this last round of defense, we're in a shadow box. So you do whatever you want. Remember shadow boxing? It's like I'm facing an opponent. So I'm setting up some attacks that I'm gonna imagine my opponent attacks me. So I gotta throw in some defense. I gotta throw in some blocks. Okay. Forearm, sweep, high block, universal, uppercut block. You go ahead. So you're throwing some attacks. I'm pretending to punch you, and then whoa, you punch me, so I got to block and counter attack, right? I'm trying to kick you. I'm trying to punch you. You tried to punch me, I have to block and counter attack. Okay, so visualize what you're doing there. Not just doing random punches and kicks in the air. Footwork is fair game. If you want to work on a shift or a slip or anything, that's cool too. Okay, a duck, it's okay. We're just adding in some of our defensive moves to our striking. All right, now, last exercise round for this one. We're gonna do switch grip push-ups. Okay, so I'm gonna put one in the front, one in the back, do a push-up, and switch my grip. Or step your hands if you'd like. You can travel or stay in place with this one, it doesn't matter. All right, go ahead. So one in the front, one in the back, push up, trade your hands. Walk them or hop them, doesn't matter. Okay, Mr. Tyler's gonna move for you over there. All right, last one we're gonna do here, okay, before we take our little break. We're gonna do another minute round, like we did to start. And we're gonna work on a defensive side kick. So this time I'm gonna start in front of my belt, okay? And I'm gonna shift back, so my back foot crosses, my front foot doesn't, all right? And what we're gonna work on is a defensive side kick, meaning you're coming in at me, I wanna make space, so I step back, I lift my knee, and I kick you. All right, so one foot, which is my back foot, steps over the belt. My other foot, which is my front foot, draws in for a stack at the same time. Okay, so it's a step and a stack. Mr. Tyler's here, and I start maybe crowding him in, so he's making space and trying to throw a kick. Okay, 1 minute, 30 seconds on each leg. Ready? Begin. Okay, start in front, step back, stack, kick. All right? The idea is you're here, they come crowding in. Whoa, man, get out of the way. All right? When you step back, don't let your head and your chest go over your balanced foot. If I lean too far after I kick, I'm going to bounce off. I'm not going to be able to stand up. Switch stance to the other side. Okay, so you're stepping back. You're not leaning back. Your whole body moves back. When you step stack at the same time. All right, that's time. So we're gonna take a 1-minute break. Grab some water, rest for a moment, and then we're gonna jump back in for our round of offensive moves, okay? Cheers. All right, now before we start this round, we're gonna be moving the other way on our belt. So if you have space, you can move it. If you don't have space, just turn sideways. And you can work sideways this way with us, okay? But we're gonna turn our belts instead of side to side for the camera, front to back. Okay, if you don't have the space, don't worry about it. You just turn your body sideways instead of turning your belt. It'll work just fine. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do in this round is gonna be a little bit of a leg exercise. We wanna work, okay? You don't have to travel for this one. What I want you to do is we're gonna start with the belt in between our feet. Again, this is one of my favorite exercises. It's just a good one. I'm gonna do a squat. I'm gonna do a reverse lunge on the belt. Squat, reverse lunge on the belt. So every time you squat, the belt should be in between your feet. Every time you're lunging, you should have one foot on the belt. Okay, so everything should stay centered here. If you wanted to move, you could squat, lunge, step up, squat, lunge, step up, or you could do it in reverse as well. That's up to you though. Okay, so we're gonna do this for 1 minute. Squat, lunge, squat. Go. Go at a comfortable pace, okay? We don't want to get all worn out necessarily, but we do want to work. Okay? Get our legs working. Remember when you do this squat, you need to keep your back up and your butt back. When you do your lunge, you need to stay over your feet. Okay? We don't want to lunge and lean back or be hunched forward. You're over halfway there. Back stays up. Knee goes all the way to the floor, but you don't rest on it. Right before you touch that knee and get heavy, you pop back up. That's time. There we go. Good job, guys. So, we're going to do the same thing we did before. Okay, we're going to do 4 rounds of, sorry, let me get on the camera for you, 4 rounds of offensive moves with some footwork and exercises built in on the belt. All right? First one is the switch step round kick that we learned this week. Okay? Don't worry about the belt right now. Remember this, my back foot comes up like I'm passing a soccer ball. Okay? My hip comes with that back foot. My front foot's gonna throw the kick, it shoots out to the side, and then I kick. I'm facing you, boom, boom. Facing you, switch, kick. Okay? I'm not turning my hips, remember. I'm not doing a jump switch and a back round kick. That takes too long. I'm moving too much distance. All right, so use both legs, doing 45 seconds, switch step round kick. Go. Don't worry about your belt right now. We're not using it for this. Remember, we talked about this can aim high, middle, low, okay? And your other hand needs to cover your face. So if my left hand's kicking, my right hand covers my face, and my left hand stays out in front as I kick. It doesn't drop down. straight towards you here. Right, my hand stays in front of you, so it's hard for you to see and get to my face. All right, that's time right there. Now, jab, cross, open the door, and hook. So I'm going to start in my stance next to my belt. Okay. Again, I'm in a straddle position, so the belt's in between. Jab, cross, open the door, throw a hook. Step up, other foot, jab, cross, open the door, and hook. Go ahead. So you start with the belt in between your feet, you're in a fighting stance. Jab is your front hand, cross is your back hand. Your back foot steps to open the door, your front foot throws the hook punch. Or your front hand, excuse me. Then you switch to the other side, jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. You can go faster than me if you want, okay? You could also do it in reverse. I'm keeping it simple for you to follow along here. So I'm only going forward, but Mr. Tyler will show you the reverse if you need to see it. All right, that's time right there. Now, next round, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the shift, punch, step and punch footwork that we learned this week as well. We learned this on Tuesday if you watched our live class. So the idea is I'm in my stance, I shift, and then when I'm ready, I shift and I step and I launch myself at you to attack. All right, so nice and easy, shift, step, and lunge in. Okay, now I'm on the other stance. So nice and easy, and just jab, jab, shoot in and step. Okay, I'm kind of staying back, right? Kind of hanging back, making you feel comfortable. Oh, I can block that. Ooh, and then I shoot in and I throw something else. Okay? If you remember, we talked also on Tuesday about maybe throwing different attacks or different techniques with it. Okay? Right, we got about 10 more seconds. You get a couple more in. All right, time. Now, make sure you've got space here, okay? We're gonna do a broad jump. So, I want you to just try, start at one end of your belt, see if you can jump to the other end. If you don't have that much room, it's okay. Just take up the space you have. All right, do what you can. Go ahead. Remember, a broad jump means you jump with both feet at the same time. Okay? So you're not taking a running start. You're not throwing 1, 2. You start flat-footed, okay? At the edge of your belt, or I'm behind my belt just a little bit. And then jump as far forward as you can. If you don't have a ton of space, you don't need to. It's okay. You could do you could still practice a smaller jump, and that'd be good. All right, next step, front kick and switch kick. All right, front kick, or using that to set up a fake for my switch kick. Okay? So practice throwing a front kick a couple times, then try using it as a fake to switch. So same thing kind of like we just talked about. Throw a front kick. I throw a front kick. You're used to this front kick. You feel good about blocking it. You can see it. Oh, I switched it on you. Turned it into something else. Okay? Comfortable front kick. Oh, you saw it. Front kick, you see it. You blocked it. You thought I was kicking that foot? I kicked this foot instead. You could even try, if you wanted to, front kick, switch kick without putting your foot down. If they're close enough, okay? You'd have to be pretty close to make that one work. But it could, in theory, work. I'm gonna pause the timer for a second because we get stuck on this one sometimes. Okay, so just for a moment, I'm gonna start behind my belt. I have 1 foot on each side of the belt. I'm gonna use my fists. My fists go on the belt. Left hand is closest to my body. Right hand further away from my body. I jump to the right. Okay, now I have to switch my hands. Right hand close to my body, left hand further out, and I jump to my left. Sorry, don't go slow, I guess, huh? If you need help, if that's too confusing, you can do this. I can do 1, go back to the middle. 2, go back to the middle. Okay, that's fine too. Okay, if you think you've got it, you can do it forward and backward. You can do it and turn around, whatever you're most comfortable with. We're trying this on our knuckles, okay? Not on our palms. All right, so in about 7 seconds, the timer's gonna start. We're doing gorilla walks on the belt. Hands stay in the middle, feet go side to side. Okay, nice and easy. I'll do the simple version again if you need it. So my feet are on the sides, my hands go in the middle, jump both feet to the right, step back. Now I'm in the middle again. Hands in the middle, jump both feet to the left, step back. Now I'm in the middle again. Hands in the middle, both feet to the right, step back. Both feet to the left, step back. Okay, that's the basic version of gorilla walks if you need it. And that's time for this round. Okay, now, here's what we got. Pop-up front kick or a jump back round kick, okay? So the pop-up front kick we know is a cannonball. It would kick 1 foot. Jump back round kick's the same concept, but I'm in a fighting stance and I twist my hip in the air. So I'm turning while I jump. All right, so try it out, go ahead. Don't hit your head. You're jumping up high and you're under a ceiling fan or something, don't hit yourself. Okay, so pop-up front kick, cannonball and kick forward. Jump back round kick, start in your fighting stance. While you're in the air, you're turning your hips around so that you can kick across. Turn your hips. Okay, so for the pop-up front kick, you're facing forward. For the jump back round kick, you're turned off to the side. And you twist your hips in the air as you go. All right, it's time. We got one more here. Last one. Another one that sometimes people get confused with. I'm going to shift over and round kick to the center. Shift over, round kick to the center. The idea is you're coming straight at me. I get off line and I kick you. All right, go ahead. Mr. Tyler's going to go full speed. I'll go slow and explain. Step over the belt, stack your leg, round kick to the middle, land. Step over the belt, stack your leg, round kick to the center, land. Step and stack, kick and land. Okay? You can do it in reverse. I'm going to keep going forward to give you the simple version here. Step, stack, kick, land. Step, stack, kick, land. Step, stack, kick, land. Okay, and again, you could go in reverse if you wanted to. I'm going to keep facing the front. Step, step, kick. Step, step, kick. All right, time. Now, we have one more exercise we're going to do. Okay, we're going to do some traveling burpees here. So what's going to happen is you're going to do a push-up at the end of your belt, move down to the other end of your belt, do a push-up, stand up, move back, push-up, stand up. You travel, though, however you'd like. It could be something we did today, it could be something we didn't do today. Just some sort of footwork or movement drill with your belt. Okay, so I could do push-up, stand up, jump, front, front, back, back, front, front, back, back, front, front, back, back. And I get to this end, push up, stand up, jump, and maybe one we didn't do today, maybe I want to do jumping jacks. Up the front, okay? Whatever you like. 1 minute, push up, move yourself down, stand up, push up, stand up, move yourself down, push up, stand up, move yourself back. I'll get it right eventually. 1 minute. Last round. Ready? Go. So again, that doesn't have to be something we already did if you don't want to. Okay? Already halfway there. And look at that, nice. And that's time. All right, nice. So, thank you guys for working with us. Hope you're all healthy and well, staying safe, staying clean. We're working on a couple new ideas for next week. I'll keep you guys posted over the weekend about that. We miss you. We hope we get to see you sooner than later. And we appreciate you tuning in and spending time with us to work on these classes, all right? So have a great weekend. See you later. Bye-bye.